The other people.
So thanks everyone for tuning in to a hodgepodge show. This could be part of the Other People show. I am Adam, and joining me tonight is
Batman.
with Batman.
Here. See, I'm here. My Batman mask.
And it's the Batman mask from Michael Keaton Batman.
Yes, my favorite Batman movies.
Now, would you go with Batman or Batman Returns?
Really? Ooh. Man, I like both of them actually because, like, they're both Tim Burton, and see, but the Joker's my favorite villain. And with Batman Returns, it was more darker, and I love Danny DeVito as the Penguin. And I never cared for the Penguin as a villain, but Danny DeVito actually made the Penguin,
Yeah, I agree. And
then you have Michelle Pfeiffer, Catwoman. So
just a great. I mean, it's. I like the Tim Burton movies because Tim Burton creates Gotham City and makes it stand alone. It's a unique city, whereas the Christopher Nolan ones, it's any city,
New York or
Chicago, Pittsburgh. But when you see Tim Burton's Batman movies, you could even think possibly, excluding the technology, it's almost painted in a world from like the 50s or 60s, because look at the old cars.
Yeah, because they drive around Rolls Royce vehicles, those type.
So I don't know. I like the first Batman, but if you go back and you watch the very first Batman, there's action scenes in it, but it's not really an action movie if you think about it.
No, not really.
I mean, because it's a lot of drama in there, and it's a great movie, as is Batman Returns. And there's a word of I think Michael Keaton is returning.
Yes,
in the Flash movie, I think.
Yeah, I think he's going to be playing old man Bruce Wayne or something probably.
Which kind of makes. I mean, is he going to be Batman or just play Bruce Wayne? Do you have any clue?
I would say it'd be like old man Bruce Wayne. That's what I'm going with, and they probably will lead it up to like Batman Beyond. Yeah. But if they're going to the Flashpoint paradox, that means the Flash will go back in time to the moment, or he'll somehow do some time travel. I'm trying to remember how it goes. He'll do some type of time travel with his speed, and he messes up the space time continuum because like in an alternate reality, whoever killed Bruce Wayne's parents winds up actually killing Bruce,
right?
And dad, and so his dad becomes Batman, and his mom actually becomes the Joker. Okay. So, and they're talking. I read that I think they was wanting Jeffrey D. Morgan to play Thomas Wayne, Bruce Wayne's dad.
Yeah.
I'm all on board on that too if they got him to do it.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like it'll be a good if it comes together. Seems like it could be well. I didn't watch all. Have you watched all these DC movies?
I didn't watch Aquaman. I haven't watched Aquaman yet.
Yeah, I haven't watched a couple Wonder Woman, Aquaman, or the what was the one Justice League? I haven't watched that one.
Justice League was okay. It was.
I've seen the rest, but I haven't seen those couple.
Like the DC movies, as much as a fan I am of them, I rhymed. I just realized that. But I mean, I just there's been a lot of misses with them. I hated Suicide Squad, and I didn't want to watch Birds of Prey. And Batman versus Superman.
I only liked Harley Quinn's outfit. Is my favorite part of Suicide Squad. I thought the villain in Suicide Squad wasn't very good. It reminded me too much of Ghostbusters.
Oh, the new Ghostbusters coming out.
It reminded me of like the old Ghostbusters, like Suicide Squad. The end of it. Like with that villain, that female villain.
Yeah. Gozer.
Yeah. Yeah. They missed the mark. I would have. I would like to see a recut version with all of Jared Leto's scenes as Joker put in, just to see what they have.
Leto just was not a Joker for me. He bugged the shit.
He was not. I thought the movie was just a miss on every level.
And I'm pretty sure PJ might be watching this and he might be mad at me, but PJ, the Leto Joker just sucked, dude. I'm sorry. I know that there's a reason why they cut out like a good hour's worth of his footage, because he just did not cut the mustard with it. He just God, he just looked like a strung out crackhead from Sin City.
I could see that. Have you watched Sin City Part 2?
Did I watch Part 2?
Yeah.
Part 2 of what?
Sin City.
Oh no! Sin City is a place here, but no, I didn't watch the second part of Sin City. I watched part 1 of Sin City.
Yeah, I haven't watched the second one. I wanted to. I wondered how it was, but I never watched it. And most people haven't.
We're on live on YouTube. We couldn't get live on Facebook. Yeah. Tasha says hello.
I said hello, but if she clicks on the link that we posted on Facebook, it will go to live YouTube stream.
Did you hear that? It's on my Facebook as well.
Both of ours.
I just shared it just a few minutes ago.
So yeah. So
did you check it?
Did what?
My gnome that I painted?
I saw the gnome. Now, where I saw a picture of the gnome the other day. There was a gnome, and the question was something like, should the gnome stay white or should it be painted? And
painted, and what they wanted.
Painted. So how long did it take you to paint that? You said 2 days?
2 days. Started yesterday, finished it up today.
Now, have you ever seen the Michael J. Fox movie called The Frighteners?
Long time ago, I loved it.
So there's at the very beginning of the movie, Frank Bannister, that's Michael J. Fox's character. He's driving crazy, driving his car around these curves. He runs around these curves and he knocks over a gnome and he plows right through it. And it's just like the gnome that you painted.
Yeah.
Do you remember that scene at the very beginning of the movie?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched it in so long, but I remember it.
Yeah, you should revisit that. It's a fun movie. I like it. Frighteners.
Really good movie.
Yeah. So we were going to go on and we were going to talk about some pet peeves that we have.
Before we start the pet peeve thing, I just want to give a shout out to Nate. I'm wearing an NWO shirt, and since he couldn't be here tonight, so I know he's an NWOite just like me. So NWO for life. So
right now, before we get into the pet peeves thing, there's a movie called The Wrestler. Have you watched this movie?
I devoured that movie, and I love that movie.
So it's such a wonderful movie. I rewatched it again the other day, about 3 or 4 days ago, and some of the stuff that they go through, because what would you like? You know more about it than I do, but they're kind of like I know they're like the wrestling that he's in the movie. Mm-hmm. He's past his prime, so he's going downhill. But there's also some upcomers kind of going up as he's going down.
Yeah.
So what class of wrestling would that be called?
I would think I would probably more likely follow the life of Jake the Snake, really, because he was at that point in the 80s and 90s, and then like whenever he went into his like downward spiral of drugs and alcohol, he became a forgotten memory pretty much, But the fans still remember Jake the Snake. They love Jake the Snake, and just like how they did with Randy the Ram. And I found out in that last match in that movie, he's actually fighting a former wrestler that was in WCW. That was Ernest. Yeah, that was Ernest the Cat Miller.
Okay. That
movie's been out since 2012, and I just realized that.
Well, it was pretty cool because he said I was watching a lot of interviews. And he said, when he did the movie, he originally didn't really respect wrestlers because he didn't consider it a real sport because he was actually a boxer in addition to being an actor.
Right.
And he said after he, started training, he really learned that these guys, even though, they're kind of, some of the things are kind of, they know what's coming. It's still hard on the body, and you got to be in tip top shape to do some of these, theatrics and acrobats and moves, and you're really getting hit, and not an easy.
Back in the 8th grade, and there, my 8th grade year of, well, it was a middle school. Like for the annual, the teachers asked us what we wanted to be whenever we graduated high school. I said a WCW wrestler, and the irony of it all, WCW foreclosed the year before, like I graduated, so that was lived, and I was like, well, okay. So I never became a wrestler. I was a backyard wrestler, but just the main time wrestler. No.
Is that something? If you had the opportunity, would you have pursued that?
God, yeah, I'll definitely do it.
What did you already have like a name and stuff?
Oh yeah, I would have. Well, my name back then was Hot Rod Aaron Yates. Like I was like a mixture of Hulk Hogan, Mankind, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. I was a bunch of wrestlers combined in. I had the charisma of Hulk Hogan. I had the hardcore skills of Mick Foley. I had the mic skills of Chris Jericho.
Okay.
I was a hodgepodge of all the wrestlers and the attitude of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay. Well, I remember watching wrestling as a little kid, and it had I'm trying to think right off. They were twins, and this is probably the 80s, and they were missing teeth. They often had on like overalls, and they would walk around doing this kind of thing.
The Bushwhackers.
Yeah,
the Bushwhackers. Yeah, they were one of my favorite tag teams.
They walked around real funny or something, wouldn't they? Wouldn't they walk around like that?
Yeah, they did that right there.
Yes. Yeah.
Andre actually managed him before he actually retired, and then died a year later, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But Andre, he was actually one of the coolest dudes out there, apparently. So.
Well, this might, something might be funny that we could actually do, and we could do it within the show, and maybe turn it into a sketch. Is that maybe maybe I come out and say that I'm going to start a new career as a wrestler, and everybody laughs at me. What was that?
I got a wrestling mask you could wear.
Well, let's say everybody makes fun of me except you, but you want to train me.
Yes.
So like you do some of the stuff, whatever it would be. We could drag that on for a long time as well.
We ought to try to go up to.
I mean, it doesn't have to be me. It could be whomever.
Or it could be me. I'll do it, and you can train me. Well, we could go up to Blacksburg, and if somehow we can get in contact with Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he'll be up for filming something like that.
What, does he still do matches and stuff?
He does. It's just the fact that the dude is so old and ancient, he can't really, move around anymore.
You can have contacts though, if we, how sometimes they'll have I mean, I don't know if they still, if they do it now, but a few years ago they'd have when Donald went on there, whenever Donald Trump went on there, and I've seen Pee Wee Herman on there, and I've seen just different people, random people you wouldn't expect to be on there. I wonder if they would let us, feel like the audience would think it's real, but the wrestlers would know it's fake. We somehow could get into the ring or something.
Maybe we can do one of them independent shows or something that comes to the high school gyms or something like that.
That would be fun. That would be a fun thing to do.
There's a wrestling school in St. Paul. Actually, one of my friends' moms used to date the guy that runs that place. The guy that goes by the wrestling name as the Iron Cross. I don't know the real dude's name or anything, but yeah. Apparently, back
everybody knows the Iron Cross. They need to get in contact with us.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of the Iron Cross, I saw on Facebook today somebody was carrying a literal Iron Cross down the streets, like
Really?
a big cross. Yeah, and we saw him like yesterday. So you'll see it. Somebody around Wise carrying a big, probably 10-foot cross. This guy's just carrying down the side of the road.
Well, Tasha actually is friends with a wrestler, Nick Yates. That's his name, right, babe? Uh-oh.
It is.
Nick Yates, and there's Aaron Yates.
Dude's big. Like, he's kind of, I think his character's kind of like Hillbilly Jim.
Yeah.
So, he's a pretty cool dude. And he works at the Grundy Walmart, I think. Doesn't he still? Over there, Tosh?
He is last time. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if he still works there.
Like, if we talk to him, he might can help us like do a wrestling sketch or something.
That might be something we need to get into. We'll talk about pet peeves another time, because I was going to talk about, you said that Amos from Amos the Sketches, he contacted you.
He did. He met me on Facebook. Oh, I picked a scab.
Because we haven't really heard from Amos, and he's he's kind of been mysterious since this COVID thing. So I think he's went a little crazy.
Might have.
So what did he send you? So what did Amos send you?
He just sent me like 3 little voice recordings over. He was just asking me how I was doing, how you doing. Talked about doing a Zoom show, I think. And he gave us props, about the how we made it, to the 4,000 watch hours. And he's looking forward to start doing some stuff with us again. I do have a scene in mind for him for the father. If we can ever get in contact with him, I'm hoping he's watching. That way he can be like, yeah, I'll do it. Amos Williams.
So basically, his voice message you was just meandering nothingness. Typically Amos Williams. But yeah, we'll try to have Amos on. I did, like I said, off air. I did message him to see if he would be interested in coming on the show, because in all honesty, I haven't seen Amos since last over a year ago.
Right. Give me a second here. Open up a door. Tom over there spray paint.
Okay, I'll keep the show going. So yeah, I hadn't seen Amos in about a year. Victoria and I were out eating at the Mexican restaurant. Amos bumbling over, notepad in hand, hat on his head, sunglasses down like that. He's got a margarita glass. He's got the chips, and he's got that little salt, the thing with salsa inside the chips, bumbling through. And he's like, "Oh, hey, Adam, hey, Victoria." And then he's, "Here, I want you to
look."
do what?
That goofy look on his face.
The goofy Amos look. The look that's typically plastered on his face. But yeah, so he bumbles there, and he tries to get us to sign a sheet that has probably 15 signatures, but I'm thinking all these signatures were him acting like he was signing somebody else's name. He said he was trying to get all the signatures from the people in the sketches, but there's not 20 people in the sketches. There's like 7.
Right.
I know it's not. And then he's sitting there, and we're trying to order, and he just kind of scooches in. So it's kind of like the sketch that we wrote where Amos ruins the date. We didn't film it, but there was a sketch where he ruins the date, and this was almost like that. And that was the last time that I've ever seen Amos Williams.
Just vanishes into thin air.
Into thin air. It just sucks him down in. So you've worked with Amos. How many times have you worked with Amos?
I think we worked a total maybe of 4 times.
Okay.
2 times the show, and of course there was the unfinished sketch where we all wake up, and where that was the sketch that Tasha was supposed to be playing, the kidnapped pop star.
Yeah. Yeah. That was that was the one that we kind of thought up on the spot, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
You actually hurt your
One, I think we bought a red wig for Tasha, but we still haven't filmed it yet.
you hurt your elbow on that one, didn't you?
I did. I banged it right on the kitchen floor.
Now let me ask you this: I rewatched what we filmed a few weeks ago when you fell backwards, and it sounded like you really did hit. And
I felt every bone in my body shatter, rattle, I should say.
Now, when you do that, I can hear it. Your face winces for a brief second, but I'm like, have you ever watched something or listened to it and you're like, ooh, that sounds like that hurt?
Yeah.
Still, it sounded like that hurt.
It did. After all that was done, I had the worst headache I've ever had because I think it scrambled my brain maybe a little bit. But
wow. Also,
I'll be right back. I'm going to go get a cord for my phone because I'm like down to 10%. So just talk to the audience.
So yeah, as we were saying, that was the last time that I actually did see Amos Williams. Now this is a little different than we normally do. We normally have the Facebook Live going, and we're going live on YouTube right now. So this is not typically the way we do the show, but we're doing it the way that we have to do it at the moment. Right until Aaron comes back, check out some other programs and other shows we have on the Other People Show. We're working on The Father Season 2. Actually, The Father Episode 2, Episode 3, and Episode 4. Those will be released in September. Then in October, we have Carnival Season 2 coming up. That'll be 5 episodes in October as well. And we're still continuing to do On the Movies and The List and the Other People Show. We're trying to do those live on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So, we were originally going to be talking about pet peeves. I think we're going to postpone that until we get a few more people on the show. But going for everyone else. It's been going okay for me and for Eric as well. See, there he is upside down.
Here I am.
That's a bit of behind the scenes of part of the father, and that's the father's chair, Bill's chair. Now, I did like the fact that you and Nate got to talk a little. Hey, how's it going? I did like the fact that you and Nate got to talk a little bit about your all's figures last week.
Right.
And I realized that I think his were mainly the ones he had on display were all wrestling, but you had some other figures as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, other than, what did you say one of your other prize figures was outside of the wrestling one?
Oh, it's the Final Fantasy VII figures.
Okay. Now, do you seek out a lot of these figures, like you go on Amazon or eBay, or you do just find them when you go like out on the town somewhere?
Mainly just do the online shopping if I'm in the mood to go look for whatever.
Okay. I've got a lot of quite a few figures, but they're just random ones like Austin Powers and Mini Me.
See, I wanted those when those came out back in '99 too. I remember that.
And then I've got a have you ever seen little Nicky, haven't you? Little Nicky?
Yeah.
I've got a figure of little Nicky, like he's in that big blue coat.
He's sleeping on the radiator?
Yeah. And it has like the dog as well.
Mr. Beefy.
Yep. And I've got almost all the Kill Bill, all the crazy 88 figures, as well as the bride. I don't have Bill though. I don't have Bill.
If I think I'm a little loopy right now, it's because Tasha's been spray painting and I'm just a tidbit high.
Oh, okay. Now I saw where she had done some kind of put in a new flower garden or something yesterday as well.
Yeah, well, the other day actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's looking really good. So what's been going on other than you've got a couple of sketches and stuff going on. You're a regular on the show now. What's been going on other than that?
I've been playing a lot of Cuphead.
Cuphead.
Yeah, it's that run and gun game that came out a couple years back. It's It's like it's a video game that's drawn in like a 1930s style cartoon, and kind of like how a Popeye cartoon or a Betty Boop cartoon looked like, something like one of those 1930s, all bouncy and everything.
Yeah, Cuphead. Let me look it up real quick. Is that all? Look up this Cuphead.
Your Cuphead and your brother. He's got a brother named Mugman, and they lost their souls to the devil, so they have to go kill these other bosses to get their souls, so they can get their souls back from the devil.
Is it these little like these little cups that stand with like their hands on their hips or something like that?
Yeah.
And they've got like blue shorts on and then red shorts.
Yes. Here, I'll show them to you. Here, I got pictures.
It's not like a straw as well, right? Like a straw in their cup. I think I'd seen it before, but I never had played Cuphead before. Oh yeah, I remember seeing those.
Yeah.
Yep. Those are cool. I like those.
Yeah, I do too. I thought they were pretty neat. I found them at on a whim there at a GameStop. Damn, really high off that paint.
Well, I'm not you spray paint me.
I know, but it still got me.
Oh, that's crazy. So, what you want to film Sunday at 6 p.m.?
Yeah, I'm down for it.
Very cool. So, you're good to do a show tomorrow as well, right?
Yes.
So we'll do
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock tomorrow. We'll do a show then as well. We're about at 30 minutes, I think, here. You want to add anything, Aaron? It's been fun just getting to talk with you a little bit.
I don't really got nothing to say. Huh?
Say you're high.
Well, yeah, I'm a little high from the paint fumes, but
Where did you get the Michael Keaton Batman mask from, by the way?
at a store called Buckboard or Buck 2 or something like that. It was one of them like nostalgia places or something, like they sold like movie memorabilia and what was it called?
It's like 80 toys and stuff.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Now,
Like,
what's a piece or like either a figure or some kind of mask or some kind of memorabilia that you have wanted to get, but you didn't get and you regretted it? Can you think of anything?
the what?
You're wanting the masked lamp.
Oh yeah. All right, you remember in the movie The Mask where he walks into his apartment and he's got that lamp and it's the Tex Avery wolf, and he's standing right there at the lamp post.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I do want that. I think I would really tie this man cave together if I had that lamp down here.
What would you have for the man cave? What's because I know you've got Braveheart over there to the left.
Yeah, Braveheart's over there next to the Army of Darkness. I'm going to hang up posters and movie stuff, and and we'll put up some walls like right here behind the camera, and just deck it all out. I got my own tanning bed, but that's for Tasha's use. Sometimes I use it for back problems, and yeah, I do. But, yeah.
So that'll be really cool. You will have to do a video of the progress that you're making on that as well. That might be a cool thing to watch as well.
Yeah.
I know you've never met Jake, but I do a show with Jake as well. And Jake and his wife have recently purchased a tiny house.
Oh Lord, Tasha wants a house, but I won't live in them because I gotta have room.
300 square feet.
Oh man, that's too tiny.
So, what did she say?
She's all up for living in a tiny house. I'm not, because I gotta have space. I'm claustrophobic.
Well, when they get it up and running next month, I want to go. It's in Lynchburg. Going there to do a little tour, and I'll make a video of it.
Right.
But yeah, it looks pretty cool. I saw a picture yesterday, so I think they're just going to rent it out there. I don't think they're going to live there.
Okay.
So their apartment got flooded. So right now they're just living with family members, and I guess they're purchased the tiny house to make some money until they can start making money again. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's 2 stories. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Well, Aaron, for joining me tonight. Thanks for all the listeners. We'll try to get the Facebook Live feed up tomorrow. But as of now, we'll do 8 o'clock, and we'll go live again. So thanks, everyone. I'm Adam.
And I'm Aaron.
And we will see you guys and gals later. Bye-bye.
We're good.
Yeah.